Thank you.
Recording has started, and now we are about to kickstart our Prife 101's first training session with Coach Victor Vincent Wong and his effective zooming techniques session, also known as a Zoomerang. Coach Victor Vincent Wong, I hand this over to you.
Thank you. You make my day. Now, ladies and gentlemen, superstars of Prife International, every one of you who are here this evening, Malaysian time at 4 p.m. We started sharp, as you can see, because Zooming meeting is very important, is to respect the people for coming. And I want to pay respects to the top 4 people who came between 3:45 to 3:50 p.m. First is Edgar Benson. I hope you are there, you are listening. You are the first one who came on the screen at 3:45 on the dot. Followed by Mike A, followed by Greta Tevis, and the one that skipped the line, Linda Anthony. Now, I want to pay everyone my heartiest and my warmest thank you. Everyone, wherever you are, whether you're in USA, Ladata Samoa, in Africa, every one of you here takes the trouble to join us. And with that, we are very respectful and we are very thankful. And I want to congratulate Mugi for doing such an outstanding job with the company on this Prife 101. In fact, I must admit, I did not understand this word 101, what's it about? I thought it's 101 building of Taiwan. So I asked him, I said, in life, when you do not know, make sure you ask the right person. So I asked the right person, that is Mugi. I said, 101 means it's an English context in the English dictionary, meaning you find out the basics, what it's about. Example, if you're going to boil an egg, you're going to find how to boil an egg. Or if you're a politician, you want to take people to the polling station, you've got to guide people how to go to the polling station, the do's and don'ts. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to qualify myself that I started this class called the Zoomerang. I'm the world's first Zoomerangist. I discovered it during COVID-19. I want to pay homage and tribute to Dr. Kevin Ng, who stand to staff and helped me to do what Zooming all about. Because before, I don't know what Zooming is all about. So long story cut short, I want to say thank you to everybody. I want you all to type for me, if you don't mind, to communicate with me now. 111. If you like the video, you can see what I'm doing and you can hear what I'm saying. And I hope I speak clearly and slowly. I have a very bad habit. I might as well say right in front. I speak very fast and I speed up. So I'm going to slow down. I'm not going to be Speedy Gonzalez. I'm going to be very slow. I'm talking to every one of you. Silver Roof, Kevin Tacker, Rosemary Wyndham, Leuven. I'm talking to every one of you as if I'm right in front of you. And that's the magic of Zooming. How can you make Zooming interesting? How can you energize the crowd? How can you feel excited? How can you use hand gestures? How can you make it personal? That Zooming is such an interesting. Listen to people like Nathan. Listen to people like Mugi. They have all this strength. So tonight, my session, as I'm looking at the watch now, I promise you I do within 30 minutes to 35 minutes, the context of it all. So with the kind permission, may I use the share screen and rock and roll right now? Okay. And I would like you all to see and check with me, are you able to see the screen? If you're able to see the screen, can you please type 333 now? Type 333 now. Are we in business? Yes. I'm looking at the chat. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Now, in Zooming, it is very important to get the crowd committed or the participants committed with you. Whether there's 10 of you or 100 of you or 1,000 of you, that's not important. The important is follow the track. And what's a track? Well, I call it the Art and Science of Zoomerang Workshop. Now, this is an effective workshop presented in half a day or 1 day. And tonight, I only give you a synopsis or a short summary what Zoomerang is all about. This word is new. I don't think anyone has heard about it. I think of it and I'll tell you why called Zoomerang later. Now, I have this golden key success passed down to all my grandmasters. People like Sir Bob Proctor, Mr. Andrew Robbins, Dr. Dennis Whitley, Mr. Nathan, our Chief Training Officer, they all guide me in a certain way. So I have this golden key in my hand. But when I have this golden key in my hand, can I pass on to you now? Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be very funny. I'm going to put out my hand. I'm going to stretch it to the camera. I would like you all to switch on the camera and shake hands with me now. Can you do that? Everybody switch on the camera and shake hands with me now. Come on, put your hand in front. Put your hand in front. Say, hey, yes, yes. Thank you. Now, some of you say, you're silly. Coach, why are you doing it? Because I want interaction in the crowd. Thanks, May Avinjula. I want interaction in the crowd. And when I put up my hand, I'm getting you to put up your hand and you respond positively, it makes my job so much more wholesome. And I'm now in communication with you. You see, Zooming is all about communication in the most exciting and prevailing manner. And I can see you laughing, and I can see Angela tapping on the camera, and I see you switching on. I'm just getting excited. I want to pass this golden key to everybody. And can you believe me, ladies and gentlemen, and you walk with me with this Zoomerang class in time to come, you will become an expert yourself. Don't you think so? And that's what Prife International is fantastic. Prife International gets speakers like us who are actually very good to be part of the network, build the network, and share our ideas. Amazing, isn't it? Never before I built a network for so long, and I thank Dr. Stephen Lai and the board of directors for giving me this opportunity. So let's rock and roll. So now, everybody, put up your hand, and I give you the key to you now. Put up your hand and say, I've received the key. Say to yourself, I've received the key. Say to yourself, close your eyes, say, I've received the key. Why? Ladies and gentlemen, if I communicate with you and I ask you to interact with me and say things to yourself, your subconscious mind is going to pick it up. And when the subconscious mind begins to pick it up, you will become part of it. I see May is nodding her head like crazy. So let me just make it so exciting. I want to thank you for coming, for attending the Zoom session. Hold it. Ladies and gentlemen, say, hey, you're supposed to thank me at the end. Why you thank me in front? Because in Zoomrang, I want to thank you first for coming. See? Never before other speakers. Did they ever thank you in the front? No. I believe I'm the first. I think so. I hope so. I pray so. I'm the first one to thank you. And so you go and tell your friends and ladies, this crazy guy called VVW, Value Volkswagen. Remember the name? Value Volkswagen. I'm a Volkswagen guy. I love Volkswagen. I got my Volkswagen car. So I'm telling you this. I want to thank you because you are coming. And I want to thank you. I want to really share from heart to heart. I've been doing this for 40 long years. If you ask me, I had COVID-19. Yes, I had COVID. I suffered. I'm glad I'm still around. And all of us around, we blessed. So I want to share a heart-to-heart presentation. Can you feel it? Can you feel my vibrations? Because when you can feel my vibrations in Zooming, that's the only thing you can do. You cannot do it anywhere else. You can see my eyes. You can see the truth in my eyes. You can see my face. You can see as if I'm in front of you. And that's the magic about Zooming. Nothing else. If you're on the platform, you got thousands of people down there, you can't see my eyes. You can't feel me. Not only that, now you can feel me, you can virtually hug me because I know I'm right in front of you. So it's a heart-to-heart presentation, and I want to focus. Now, this class is free of charge. Why? It's not free. The air is not free. Classic is not free. The company gives us speakers to have an opportunity to stay focused with you, to transfer ideas to you. Please open up your heart, open up your mind, and open up your spirit. So let's do it together now. First, I want you to put your hands on your head and say, I want to open up my mind. Come, everybody, please join me. I want to open up my mind. Exactly. Thank you very much. I want to open up my heart. Touch your heart now. Come, open my heart. I want to open to the spirit of Prife International. Bless me with all these speakers who are really genuine, who are sincere, and they'll help us walk this road. So my job is to help you to do an effective Zooming class. So let's rock and roll. So this young man, I do not know him, is on top of the mountain. What's he doing? He's on top of the mountain enjoying the view. I wish I can climb the mountain like him. I wish I could. I be. Just blow myself healthy, I climb. And he says something from Woody Allen. Who is Woody Allen? Woody Allen is a very famous British actor. Famous actor. And he says, and I quote, 80% of success is showing up. There you are. So if you are doing Zooming, you must understand your slides. You must know what's happening. You must know your subject matter. You must memorize. You must rehearse. Please do a rehearsal before you speak. And because I'm speaking to you all, even though I've been doing this for many, many years, I still rehearse. I still need to prepare by saying things that you are touched, I'm touched. And I thank everybody for coming.
Nice.
So here you are. In Zooming, we must have what? We must have new strategies and step-by-step plan. You cannot follow the same old strategy because your strategy may not work. Why? For example, the lights. I will talk about that later. I'll talk about the background. I'll talk about everything. But today it's only a short synopsis, and I'll go through. And I promise you, when I reach around 3, which is 4:45 or 4:40, I will stop. It's a half an hour session. Then I ask some questions. I should finish by 4:45 Malaysian time. Then some of you ask me, why so short? Because I want to respect your time. And the organizer says, Coach, it's a good idea if you can speak between 30 minutes to 45 minutes to make it short and sweet, not too long, not too, which I can understand. So we need to change what, ladies and gentlemen? We need to change the way we think. Is Zooming effective? Yes. That's how all the Gloria, all the Sapphire directors, all the achievers, it's through Zooming. The African are touched. It's through Zooming. People are touched in London. It's through Zooming. People are signed up in Australia. It's through Zooming. People in Russia, Japan, and Korea also joining. Yes. Zooming is the answer. Social media is the answer, ladies and gentlemen. So you got to change the way you think. Say, I don't know how to speak. No, Coach Vincent is a professional speaker. No. Change your mindset. You say the way you say it, the way you like it, and your friends and family will follow you. They won't follow me, they'll follow you. So change the way you think. It can be done. Second, after you change the way you think, you can change the way you feel. Feel what? That Zooming, you can be an expert. Tell yourself, I can be an expert. Say, close your eyes and say together with me. I can be an expert. Close your eyes. Follow me now. I can be the expert. Thank you. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I'm empowering you, I'm enhancing you, I'm elevating you and enhancing this. This is the magic of Zoomerang. So how you feel, how you think, how you feel, what it's going to do? Once you change your thinking, ladies and gentlemen, once you change your feeling, ladies and gentlemen, you will change the way you do it. Here you are. Yes. So when I'm on the phone, I cannot speak that I'm on Zooming. I can speak as if I'm right in front of you. You can feel my vibrations. You can feel my emotions. You can feel I'm genuine. And that's the magic of Zoomrang. So welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. I wish next meeting we have, just get across, we want to start with the word Zoomrang. And this is a Zoomrang which I brought along with me now. Exactly what is Zoomrang? Because when I was thinking of this workshop, I was thinking with God's blessing, Australians have boomerang. So in Malaysia, we have the Zoomerang. Because the boomerang is whatever you throw, it will come back. So whatever you give out, it will come back. If you give a good presentation, which I hope I'm doing now, and I believe I'm doing now, and I believe and I concur, I support myself for doing that, you will also do the same likewise. You will have people responding to the Zooming class. You have people to go to Mugi's class, go to Mr. Nathan's class, go to James Wong's class, go to Mr. Eddie Tan's class, and all these people are experts, and you will grow. So what does the word Zoomrang means? This is the black slide. This is blessed by my Heavenly Father above. When I say God, I don't need to know which religion you are in, and I respect whether you're Hindu or a Christian or a Catholic. We all believe and don't talk about religion in Prife. We respect the religion. But I have this awakening. And so someone spoke to me. I think the Heavenly Angel spoke to me. And so what happened was Zoomrang workshop. The word Zoom, Z, stands for speed. You know, car, Shell station many years ago, speed, zoom. So when you do Zooming, you're speeding up your business. Isn't it true? Absolutely. You're speeding up your business. And so O stands for what? I was thinking of this. I think you will like it. In fact, when I finish the slide, I would like you all to take a photograph of that slide. Would you do that? Don't take a photograph now. Important slides. I will put it on. You take a photograph so that you'll be part of it. You like it? If you like it, put 888 on the chat box. Every slide that's important. I will say important, take a photograph. When I say 1, 2, 3, click and I go. So O stands for outstanding opportunities. Yay! You're now with Prife. And Prife is speeding up. Prife in 2 years has gone to 60 over countries. Never before in the history of networking can go to 60 countries in 2 years. Never before we can get an income like Gloria, who made 480,000 US dollars or more in 1 month. Never before a lot of histories are being made. So as I'm going rolling up, the word M stands for meaningful. I didn't want to use the word motivation. I didn't want to use the word money. I want to make it meaningful. Because every time you blow and use the classic or the prime or the pro, you're helping someone to change their life to be healthier. Are you not doing something meaningful? Type yes on the chat screen. I want you to get involved. I want to see how many people responded. And so that's good. Thank you. Let's go on. So after Zoomerang, after E, after M, what is the E? I was thinking of E, but I have 3 E's instead of 1. So I want to very quickly say the first E, enhancement. When you do a good presentation, you're going to enhance people's life. And that's what we're all doing. And when you're doing the blow, you are doing the blow with a therapeutic device, you're actually enriching people's life. You're enriching them in terms of income, and you're going to empower them to join the network. So amazing, isn't it? That's why Zoomerang stands for enhancement, enrichment, and power. And what does the double R stands for? Capital. Can you see the double R is in capital letters? Say yes. Z is in capital letters, double R, because it is important. And write this. No need to write it down. You can take a photograph later. Is what you call that responsible, responsibility, and the next word is results. It is pointless to do whatever you're doing if you are not getting the results, because at the end of the day, I'm speaking to 30 of us here. You are here, whichever part of the world you're in. You're the 30 superstars who make the time and take the effort to come and join us. The rest, they're all busy, which we truly respect. That's why it's being recorded and will be shared within the others. So responsible results was A. A is action. You got to have action. And what is N? Wow, I like this. And I hope you like it too. N stands for noble. It's a very noble industry. I like May Avincula. Every time I say something, she will agree. And it makes me joyful, you know. You know, when a speaker, when you see participants on the floor getting committed, they gel themselves, they clap their hand, they switch on the camera, they listen to you, they don't leave the room, you know, things like that. It makes so that's why you got to do an effective Zoomerang class in your way. I repeat, in your way, not my way, because my way and everybody's way is different. And then finally, the R stands for the word G. I will use the word goals, but I also like to use the word, borrow the word of Dr. Jimmy Chong, our board of directors who designed the foundation. He always talk about giving. Also, when they were in Africa lately, together with the board of directors, Dr. Stephen Lai, Mr. Casey, and also AC Gold. With tears in my eyes, I can feel that kind of love they give to the business. That's why we're all in Prife. We join hands. We really join hands and give our little bit. So I'm a bit emotional, but because that's what Zooming is all about. When you feel emotional, just be real about it. And that's why when people can feel you, take a photograph now. I'm going to count 5. Take a photograph of this slide. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So next slide is, ladies and gentlemen, as I will share with you now. I would just want to talk about 3 problems in Zooming. These are the 3 common problems, and I believe everyone will agree with me 300%, not 100, because each word, these are Zooming problem. Problem number 1, don't take photograph now, take it later. Problem number 1, problem number 2, problem number 3. Problem number 1 is contact. What type of contact? We're talking about the eye contact. You're not looking at the camera. You know, when I put the camera, it must be a good camera. I buy myself a Logitech. I did not use the computer camera. Invest, write down the name Logitech, Logitech. Get a good camera. This one cost me about $200-300 US. It's nothing very much. This is a high range. Get a camera which is very good on camera and a very good voice. I don't have a speaker. Everything is on camera. So you got to have very good eye contact. And be sure, sometimes when you are really closing, go to a camera and let the person feel you. Of course, this has got to be done with time. So first, very important, it's got to do eye contact. Make sure when you talk eye contact, have the lights in front of you. Very important. Do not have the lights behind you and they cannot see your face. I repeat, have the lights in front of you. My whole hall, I'm operating from the house today, not the office. Because how I'm quiet, I'm alone in the house, nobody's around me in the office. I lock myself in the house. My wife's not come back yet. I only stay. And so I have all the lights all switched on. The aircon and the blower boost at me. And I have a very nice poster, Prife. And so when I talk about Prife poster, you can have your own background poster. We'll talk about that later. So first is eye contact. Have the lights in front of you. Do not, I repeat, do not have the windows open at the back of you. When the windows are open, the light is coming behind you, wind is blowing behind you, they are looking at the window and their eyes are glaring. They can't even pay attention to the speaker. And as you can see, I'm all dressed up. Very, very nice. I'm even wearing my shoes. Now, seriously, I'm wearing my shoes. That's so, hey, coach, why are you doing it? Because I want to respect you. I want to dress up for you and with you. Imagine some people, they wear short pants, you know. They don't even put on the jacket. They just talk with a crumpled t-shirt. And if they don't respect you, how are you going to get an effective Zooming class? So listen carefully to all the speakers who are doing Zoom. Please respect the audience. Please respect the members. Please respect the prospects. Dress up for the occasion. I'm putting on a hat. It looks better. So first, eye contact. You all agree? Now, feel free to ask me any questions a little while later. Second is body language. Can you see? I use a lot of hand gesture. Da 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 da. Getting to know me, getting to know all about me. I sing, I entertain, and people like it. People like to be happy, lah. I mean, this is the Malaysian way, eh? People like to be happy, and so make people happy. Use your body language. Use your hand gestures. And third variety is vocal variety. I like to speak to the speakers. Don't have to speak loud because people can hear you. In fact, you speak slowly and softly. People can feel you. Agreed? That's it. When you speak softly, people can feel you. So these are all the three main. So please get ready with your camera. 1, 2, 3. In fact, I will send the slides to Mugi. And for all the company speakers, only company speakers representing the company, they can have the slides. No problem. I'll send the slides. Mr. Mugi, please remind me. Okay, I go on to the next slide now. Now, this is interesting. The 3 E's of Zooming. The 3 E's of Zooming is this. The first, I talk about enhancement. How to enhance, how to have eye contact, how to have body language, and how to be able to present. I'm actually a Toastmaster. I want to give my credit and my highest salutations and my hat to Toastmasters International. Please join Toastmasters Club because that's the club that made what I am today. So I'm going to enhance the presentation. Enhance using first, eye contact. Enhance. Second, I got to enrich by using what? Body language. And third, I got to use what? Empower by vocal variety. Tap, 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 tap. So you add on, and now when you're doing Zooming, you can have notes all around you. You see, I have notes here in front of me. I have notes everywhere in front of me, all around my table. I have all my equipment with me. I have this little, what do you call that? Compass. I want you all to play a game with me now. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands in the air. Switch on the camera if you like. Put your hands in the air and point to north, north. Point, just point. Just point. And stay there. Stay there. Because my north is different from your north. Because you are in America, you're probably in London, you're probably in Ghana, you're different north. My north is this side. Just now, I pointed the wrong direction because I did not have my compass on. So if you do not have the compass on, you will never find the right direction. Do you agree, Rosemary? So when you are right now with the speakers like us in Prife, we will show you techniques, we show you strategies, we show you systems. You follow the strategy, you follow the system, you will be in the right direction. Come on board with me, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to Zoom. Yes, okay, Zoom. So here you are. The first Zoom, there are 3 sections. Very quickly, section A. I don't have the time. This will be special class. Everyone can come and join the class. I will arrange with Mr. Mugi maybe a Saturday or a Sunday in the office. We do the recording in a couple of hours. So the first principles of power zooming is to enhance the crowd. So to enhance the crowd, I will talk about this principle number 1. The strategy is to be able to analyze the Zoom audience. I know all of you are Prife members. Some are already seasoned members. Some are really doing very well. Some just started. Maybe there are some prospects to join us. Doesn't really matter. So we're going to analyze the Zoom audience. And you know, people like yes, Edgar Benson, Mike A, Greta Travis, and Linda Anthony, who comes in before 3:55 p.m. These are the people, the rest of you are on time too. These are the people whom I respect because they know they come in and they came in with their books ready, with their things. So I analyze the Zoom and I respect them for that. Next, I got to prepare. What do I need to prepare? I got to prepare my homework. I got to show my presentation effectively. I got to rehearse, which I did. I also need to practice. But wrong, we got to have perfect practice. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for those who are preparing PowerPoints, please remember that at the end of this slide, you can take a photograph now. At the end of the slide, you see a star. When you see the star, means it's the end of the slide. There's no more sentences coming anymore. I'm showing you this jackpot of the business. I'm only showing you the strategy. So allow me to continue. I have two more strategies. So the section B is called the science of public zooming, the enrichment part. How to enrich you? You got to arrange the ideas. In other words, you got to use the PowerPoints. And I have a Prife logo, you can see on my left-hand side, very, very nicely. I got to arrange the ideas, and I got to systematically present the ideas to you. And the end here, I got to impact the ideas. And I say that my presentation will take about 35, 40 minutes. So I'm going to still stick to time. I have the clock in front of me, and I know I now roll for about 30 minutes. So good. So the section B will talk about how to arrange ideas. There are 3 steps. Step number 1, got to list down all the main points. Say the main point first. All the important slides got to come on first, because if you have too many slides, you have no time. Then you got to skip. Next, I got to prioritize my main point. What is my prioritize? I got to talk about the 3 communication problems. I got to talk about 3 steps of this. I got to talk about 3 E's. Prioritize my main points. I got to create an overview, which I'm doing now. As you can see, as you're joining me, you are one of the first very fortunate people I am engaging with. And I thank you for coming, because you're part of history. You're first Zooming class in the world. You're the first 30 Zoomerangists of Prife International. So the final part, the art of public zooming, is empower you. How? Arrange the gestures, teach you body language, big, small, voice projection, eye contact. With that in mind, I will then come to, I won't go into that, but I'll go to another important section here, and that's very important. And now I want to visualize this grandmaster of mine, whom I met in 1983. How many years ago? About 40 years ago. I met him in 1983 in America when I was in New York and San Francisco. I went there to study. I was fortunate to make a bit of money as a salesman. I earned myself some rights, and I need to improve my communication. I failed my colleges. I did not went to university at all, but I had a tough life selling encyclopedias. So I went to America. Grandmaster passed away, Sir Bob Proctor. In a sense, I'd like to quote to every one of you, and this is my closing message for today for this Zoomerang, is just this: whatever I see in my head, you got to see yourself as a good Zoomerangist. You got to see yourself effectively doing a good Zooming class over the period of 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, guided by a few of us, but all of us in Prife were speakers. Then whatever you see in your head, you believe in your heart, then you can hold it in your hands. That's exactly what Bob Proctor told me, and I dreamt of driving my first Camry car. I wanted to have a lovely Camry. I worked very hard. After 10 years cars, I came back to Malaysia. I worked very hard for a couple of years. I went to Toyota showroom. I bought a brand new Camry and it drove off from my showroom. I'm not saying that I'm very proud, or I'm not blowing my trumpet, please. Some of you here are driving Merc and driving a Camry, or no, driving the Lexus and a Bentley. Doesn't matter what car is it. But I'm sharing with you that all of this, you're here tonight or this evening with me, you see in your head being a very good Zoomerangist, effectively sharing with your crowd of maybe 10, 20, and grows. And your group is growing on your own. So here you are. I'm going to close with this, this topic here. And I'm going to pass the floor for any questions. And that is, don't you dare steal my dreams. Don't let anyone steal my dreams. I have problems with my family. My wife didn't believe in networking. I'm sorry, but that's a concept about multi-level marketing. A lot of people, but Prife International is a different company. We sell the best value product in the world. So I'm going to stop sharing now. Now it's 4:37. I've taken 33 minutes. And you all remember, I'm going to say stop at 35 minutes just now, and I'm on time. So between 35 minutes to next 10 minutes, I'm going to stick to, because I respect your time. You see, when you're on Zooming, you don't say something and do something else, because people remember. And so why I remember is because I have this timing clock right in front of me. And so I did remember just now, when I talk about the timing clock, I want to choose the virtual background. So I want to choose the virtual background. And I show you my virtual background now. I'm from the house. I'm now in my home. I can spotlight on myself if needed, but I don't think it's necessary. If I need to spotlight, so you can see my lovely poster in the house. The lights are all there. Everything is nice. I prepare. Can you see the word "think big"? Yes. Can you see the word at the back called "think big"? Yes. I had a lovely poster myself, and I asked everybody, all my audience, think big, Linda, think big, Lian, think big, Dr. Charles, think big, Kevin Tinker, think big, Rosemary, think big. And all of us, when you think big, we are now on a journey with Prife. We are doing well. So if anyone, I would pass the floor to 3 questions. I promise you, I may not know all the answers. Ask me any questions, and if I cannot, I will check it out and I'll let Mr. Mugi know. Meanwhile, please put up your hand. I will be able to take 3 questions at the most, if needed. If no 3 questions, nobody pop up the hands, then I will pass the floor to Mr. Mugi. So I want to, if there's no hands, I'll ask May Avincula. Yes, Kevin, you're the first. May Avincula, you be the second. Because I keep on seeing nodding head. Get your questions ready. I'm sure you have something for me. Now, Mr. Kevin, where are you from, sir?
From Hastings in New Zealand.
Wow, New Zealand. Okay, Mr. Kevin, yes. I remember I see your photograph with Miss Michelle and all that in Australia, lately the convention. You are the man. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Kevin, how can I help you, sir?
Not quite the man, yeah. With Zoom, do you find great benefit from the whiteboard and those other extra functions?
Absolutely. You know, sir, is it all? Anything else you want to add on? I hope I'm not cutting into your question, please.
No. That whiteboard, and there's also something where you can add straight from your Bluetooth or something.
Yes. Correct, sir. In fact, I'm not an IT guy. There are speakers who have a whiteboard and then they can scribble on their computer screen and they communicate. For me, I used to use my paper. But when you have a whiteboard behind you, which I used before, then the whiteboard and I write certain words, very important words, keywords, then you're actually communicating with Mr. Kevin, use as many things as you're comfortable with. I like the background with you with the waves and the sea and making us remind ourselves to go to Thailand to see you, and that's very good. And so when you have a poster behind you like that the breeze says, "No, come and join me in Thailand," you know, and so it is very impactful, and I like it. So to answer your question, yes, but know how to do it. I'm not so good in it, so I have to learn from Mr. Mugi. So Mr. Mugi has to train me how to do the whiteboard, how to do this. No, if we don't know, we say we don't know, you know. Even I'm good in Zooming. There are many things on IT which I'm lacking. And that's the reason if you're on Zooming and you tell people, that it's so embarrassing, you know, you don't know why, to me, it doesn't matter. We are all family, you know. And so we learn from each other. Don't know, it's okay. I don't know what's 101. So I asked Mr. Mugi, and instead of explaining it to me, he typed the word in the dictionary and said to me, okay, so I hope I've answered your question, Mr. Kevin. Looking forward to see you soon in New Zealand. May, you're the next one. And I have one more person lining up to ask me any question. Maybe Edgar Benson. You're the first one to come today. So Edgar, prepare your question and that'll be the last question for the day. Miss May Evincula, please proceed. Are you from Manila, Philippines?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Coach. I'm very happy that Mugi sent me the link this afternoon. I purposely asked him because I really wanted to attend, and I was very happy seeing your name. Oh my God, the principal is here. I said that's why I passed to some groups.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
I got no question for you, but I want to share some learning. One tip that I need to work on during my Zoom. Sometimes I tend to be very excited and it's very lengthy. But you just told us that it's very nice to put a little clock there and put a timer on so that we have some guide. On Tuesday, tomorrow on our Zoom, I'll be doing that. So thank you for sharing. That's one thing that it's very helpful. That, oh yeah, why I never do that. So it's
Yes.
a aha for me. Thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you for
If-
the wisdom
yeah.
that you
In
shared
fact,
today.
I have two. I have one is the time clock
Yeah,
and another
I
the
need to
spacing
get
clock.
that.
So when you have the spacing clock and the time clock, you can never be wrong. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
correct.
And because I'm a speaker myself, I know I happen to always overgel. So I cut short and I'll put a paper, stop, 35 minutes. So I remind myself. So I thank you. I'm looking forward to share more things with you in future. Last question, Mr. Edgar Benson, it's your turn. Please switch on the camera, sir. Please switch on the microphone, sir, because you came in at 3:45 p.m. Malaysian time. Mr. Edgar, I thank you for helping us to be on time. I can see the excitement and the enthusiasm. Please wind us up by asking the last final question. How is it, sir, at 3:45 p.m. and you came in the first person in the room and you're still staying at the end?
Wow.
Because I believe you're a special person. Edgar, questions and summary, please. Microphone is off. Rosemary, would you like to be the last one to ask a question? You're such an interesting lady. You will be the last one. Edgar, are you there? Product presentation. Waiting for your microphone to switch on. Yes. While you're handling it, shall I switch to Rosemary first while you're fiddling your... Rosemary, switch on your microphone and say a few words with us, Rosemary, if you like. If you don't like, then it's okay with me. I need you to be comfortable. Rosemary, are you in US yourself now? Edgar, testing, 1, 2, 3. We can't still hear you. Probably your laptop has some communication problem. Rosemary, you
Okay,
look good.
yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear
you
you now.
look really great.
I could hear you, but I couldn't get my cursor to get
Yeah,
off
I can
mute.
hear you very well. Where are you from, ma'am?
New Zealand.
Ah, you are the people who's going to attack the whole market, huh? Wow. Okay, congratulations, New Zealand. Now, make sure I go and migrate there.
Absolutely.
You know,
we
sleep with
just
the
had
ship
the
and
most,
yeah, thank you. A question from you, ma'am.
I haven't got a question. I just let you know that we had an amazing 2 days with the board of directors and Nathan, and yeah, it was awesome. So really grateful that they came over, and I felt like we've got support now, and yeah, it was very cool.
Perhaps in our presentation this evening, is there one single point that really impact you the most? Can you share with us my sharing with you about 35, 40 minutes? What is one single point that really impact you the most? Can you share that with us?
I think the biggest thing I got about the product was that maybe not using it enough. That was one of the biggest things I got, that maybe twice a day, 30 minutes twice a day is optimum, you know. So that was one of the things that I got. And the other thing that really impacted me was the level of support, because I honestly haven't felt very supported out here in New Zealand. And so the fact that they came over and gave us that level of support, I just feel much more encouraged and inspired.
Yes. So I thank you. The board of directors are a different breed of human beings. They are not from planet Earth. They are from some superstars outside. So we also committed. So with that in mind, I have another Zooming session in 10 minutes from now. I got to go. So Mr. Mugi, I apologize. I really need to go. There's another session of mine at 5 p.m. So I wish you all well. Thank you very much, everybody. God bless, and see everybody at the top. And I'll catch up in New Zealand or in Bangkok. Hata. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Pass to you.
Thank you so much, Coach. Thank you so much to Coach Victor Vincent Wong, Principal of iElite Academy, Chief Trainer for Prife International, and just all around great guy.
Thank you.
So
Thank
I
you.
guess
God bless
since I have
everybody.
thank you, Coach. Well, since I have you guys for about another 15 minutes, the time is too short for me to share anything very useful, but I would love to hear more about the weekend. Rosemary, I'm sure you were there. Kevin, were you there as well over the weekend? Tell us about it, please. Like, how about Rosemary? How about you start? I mean, I understand the fact that now you feel very supported and you learned a lot more about the products and everything. Why don't you share a little bit about what maybe talk about what kind of like impressed you the most, or what like got to you the most while you spent 2 days with the board of directors and everyone else?
Well, you'll find this funny, but I've had a bio machine for a year, and because it's all written in Chinese or Malaysian or something, and I didn't have a manual. I haven't used it. So actually this week, in fact, I've got my feet in it now.
How do you feel about it? How do you like it?
Good. Yeah. What I like about that is the fact that you can like be on a Zoom call and also be, you know, and it's quiet and it's warm and it's, yeah, it feels good. So that was one thing that I thought was quite amusing, that I've had this thing for a year and haven't used it. And so I only really found out how to use it at the weekend. So the other thing was that the products, I think having some more training on the products was really, really useful. Like we had we had a presentation on how to wand your face and how you know how to do it for the beauty and longevity, and that's a really interesting topic for a lot of people, that especially if there's nothing wrong with them, you know, they don't have any pain or anything, so that you can actually open up a whole new market there for people that want to beautify their face and stuff like that and their body. And she did this really interesting I don't know, activity or something. She wanded this person's stomach, and then she did the sort of bang the pressure points on it, and she put the tape around, and he'd lost like 2 inches off his waist with this, just with this. Yeah, so that was pretty impressive. So
that
just
sounds
things
very
like
cool.
that. Yeah, just things like that. That was actually quite, you know, quite memorable. Yeah.
That sounds really cool.
And of course, you know, Nathan is so energetic and inspiring. I mean, just having him in the room and talking, and you know, he's just great. And also the other thing that I think, just before Kevin talks, being able to go out to dinner with the board of directors and sit next to the board of directors and just see the people, and yeah, they sort of do look like they're off planet, but they are sort of real people. So that was really cool too.
Yeah, and the energy of meeting people like face to face after you've seen them just in like photographs and videos, it's so different. You really feel like their humanity, their energy, and like their intentions all kind of like shines across in real life, as opposed to like just on video or in a photo or something like that.
Yeah,
I do agree with you.
I actually met Kevin and Sylvia Ruth for the first time in person, because I've only been talking to them on Zoom for about like 15 months. So it was just so cool to spend time with them in person, you know. So yeah, that too. There's just so many levels of benefit from actually going to a conference. Yeah.
Yep. I agree. And Kevin, so what did you think about the weekend? I'm sure it must have been fun to meet Rosemary for the first time in like 15 months of just Zooming.
Yeah, even met her a little bit before that, but yeah, it's as Rosemary says, it was really good to meet the up line, as well as the people that have been spilt over in my group, to actually meet them. You know, that was really good. Also speak to a few other people from different areas. It's good to know I've now got a friend in Palmerston who's a Prife member, but not in my group, but is willing, if I get any people in Palmerston, they will nurture them, mentor them a little bit for me. And likewise, I'll do the same in Hawke's Bay. So that was good. The one thing that I thought, wow, why didn't I know that? The wand goes 20 to 30 centimeters in the body. If you hold it 1 meter away, you're not going to get that much performance. And if you're holding it 1 meter away, okay, I'm exaggerating a bit, but if you're holding it 1 meter away because it's on full heat, for some reason, you know, you've got to lower the heat,
and hold it closer.
Certainly come within 30 centimeters, so that you know it can actually penetrate the body. So that, you know, that was good. Nathan was good explaining the, you know, the principles of the strategies, sorry, of building your placement hierarchy. Different strategies there, you know, that was also good. Yeah, and just and other thing was, you know, I flew there, so it was a real good break away from home. That you could get into different routines, and that's also, you know, I find a benefit of that. Yep,
That's a good break. Yeah, well, all of that sounds very cool, and I'm really happy that Nathan had a chance to talk about placement strategies and all of that, because that is one of the things that I think is one of the most important things if for people who are doing Prife as a business, to understand placement, to understand how money is made, and to understand how to think in ways that maximizes your profits. And in fact, just as a bit of a yes, Rosemary, go ahead.
I just want to share. Nathan shared that the triangle, you know, that you put you put yourself there, and then you put yourself in the first position and second position. One of the guests that came to the present, that one. One of the guests that came to the meeting rang me today and said that's the position she wants, because Nathan said that's what she should do.
That's wonderful.
Isn't that amazing that, like, if you tell people this is what the best way to do it is, then they do it.
Yeah.
I was actually really surprised, because I've never ever, I mean, let's put it this way, if I'd have known about that when I came into the business, I would have done that, but I didn't know about it. So I'm sharing that because when you tell people the optimum way of doing something, they do it.
Yep, that's true. And especially when it's someone like Nathan sharing it, because I know he's been sharing that strategy a lot. And I've really learned a lot about that placement, like the advantages of coming in with like 3 accounts or 5 accounts or 7 accounts, and how to plan that out in a way that makes you the most amount of money. That's really cool that you guys learned that. That is going to be some of the things that we're going to be talking about every Monday. Rosemary, you have something to say?
The other thing I just want to say, it just reminded me, is that because I do a lot of presentations, I was observing Nathan doing his presentation, and I've got some tips from him about how he uses pauses and how he uses inviting people to respond to him and all that. So I really learned some really great tips from him just by being in his presence and seeing how he presents, because that is, I think that's just an art.
True.
So
very true. Well, thank you. That is true. Like, presenting is an art, and being able to engage with people, especially over a platform like Zoom, where we're not really in the same room or anything, that is very important. So you mentioned that you do a lot of presentations, right? Are a lot of them like face-to-face, or do you do a lot of stuff online as well?
Online.
So this class must have been like...
Yeah, so I mean, in the past, I've done a lot of face-to-face presentations, but since I've been doing the Iteracare wand, it's been mostly on Zoom. Especially through the whole lockdown thing. Yeah. Do
you like Zooming in terms of a business method?
Yeah. I mean, it's easy because I actually live quite a long way from anywhere, so it's actually really convenient. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I bet. I'm sure. Well, I've noticed that Dr. Asamoah has had a hand lifted in the Zoom chat for a very long time. Dr. Asamoah, do you have anything to say? Would you like to share something with us? We have about 6 minutes left, so I'm trying to get to everyone at this point. Doctor, are you listening?
Good morning here. 9 a.m. in Ghana.
Good morning.
I had a call this morning from a patient, and it's crazy. And you know, we are just experiencing the Iteracare device in Ghana and Africa. She had autoimmune disorder. If you know about autoimmune disorder, that means like the immune system is already everybody fighting each other every time. And so she's really sick. Came, I blew this lady for just 20 minutes. And after blowing her, she said, I feel like sleeping. I said, go ahead and sleep. This morning, she woke up and said, for the first time in 28 years, she woke up without a pain. Just one blowing.
Wow.
One
Wow.
session. Just one.
That is amazing.
This is crazy. Yes. She woke up without a single pain. And she's crazy about it. So we are thrilled with what we are, the system and everything that we have. And we believe that you're going to make waves in Africa. And those in Australia, I'm working on coming to us. And if you don't think I'll take all your business, thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Asamoah, all the way from Ghana. It's 9 a.m. over there. And here he is. And you know what I personally find the coolest thing about being in Prife is the fact that all over the world, it's the same device. It's the same device that you're using in Australia and New Zealand. It's the same device we're using in Africa and Kenya and Ghana. It's the same device in the US. It's the same device in Malaysia, the same device in India, in Australia. Like, you get the idea. It's the same product being used for human beings all over the world. And it has the same effect. It has the same miraculous effect that has brought all of us together in this Zoom to kind of like plan out how we're going to do this as a business. But ultimately, we're all united here fundamentally because of the product. And since we have May here with us, May, in fact, is a person who has had a fundamentally significant personal experience with the product. And since we have a last few more minutes, maybe about 2 to 3 minutes, I would like to invite me to just come and like close off this very wonderful, amazing session of Prife 101. And before we meet again next week, maybe May can just share her experience with the product so we can all know a little bit about it. May?
Okay. Without the iTerra Care, most probably I'm not talking in front of you all because I never noticed that I'm having a heart attack 2 months ago. I really don't know. I just thought that I'm just having shortness of breath. But because during the time I was watching our live streaming, that was a Sunday. So I just finished forwarding the links and I started listening to Dr. Jane. And then I said, oh, okay, I'm having some chest pains. And I never know. I just have like 30 minutes of shortness of breath. And you see, after only 6 weeks that I went to my cardiologist, and it so happened that my cardiac markers are all high. That's why she said, you just had a heart attack. I said, huh? Are you sure? I never even don't want to believe. So this iTerra Care device is a godsend device to me, not only to me, but my whole family, my kids, because I really save a lot. I spent 7 years there in Malaysia to have treatment, to receive treatment in, well, top hospitals there, but they never, they helped me, but I'm not really that satisfied. But I never thought that only with this $320 device that I'm not going to ingest or take inside my body will really help me. So now my voice is back. So hopefully more Zooms coming in because of the congested heart failure, the pulmonary artery is distended. It went big here. That's why it's suppressing my vocal cords, but I know it's healing. That's why you can hear me now. So looking forward for more healing and more people to help. Good luck to our Australian friends here and our friends from New Zealand. Good luck to all. Rosemary, good luck. More triangles to come. You need to teach that to your new friends.
I will. I will.
Yeah. Not too late for you to position yourself. You can still do that. And see you again on Monday. I'm looking forward on this Zoom calls every Monday. Thank you very much,
Me too.
Moody. Thank you.
Thank you, May. Thank you so much. We have reached the end of our session. I'm quite insistent on like starting on time and finishing on time and only taking up exactly an hour of your time every week. So we can do this every week, and every week we can cover new and different and interesting topics. Next Monday we have a board meeting here in Prife HQ. But since I do understand that this 4 to 5 p.m. Malaysian time, this last hour that we spent, no matter what time it is, wherever you are in the world, is something that's very valuable for you. I'm probably gonna just like sneak out of the board of directors meeting and then just try to do this Zoom session as well. And maybe next week I'm gonna be talking a little bit, maybe a lot about the placements, the ranking, just to like continue on this topic of how to do accurate placement, how we're gonna make money through the placement and all of that. So next Monday, same time, we're going to be doing a Zoom session talking a lot about the marketing plan, placements, ranking. So now is a good time for you to for you guys to like think of questions that you want to ask me. If you have anything specific you want to know about the placement or how to place, or even like in Rosemary's case, even though you've started quite a while, are there still advantages to like placing accounts in your own name, etc.? So we're going to be covering all of this next week, and I hope to have all of you join us again next week, where we're going to be learning about the marketing plan, placement, and how to make money. If I have missed anyone out who wanted to share, I'm sorry. We'll get more opportunities next week. And thank you everyone for being so active on the chat as well. Thanks, Jay Israel. Thanks, Ailan. Thanks, Paul Vivo. And everyone else. Thank you, Pearl, of course, one of my favorite people to see in Prive. Pearl is a very happy, cheerful person who makes my day every time I see her in the office. So it's nice to see her on Zoom as well. Until next week, Rosemary, see all of you next week, same time. Have a great week, guys. It's just Monday. Have a great rest of the week and tell me about your great week next week. See you guys and goodbye.